I'm Kieran, and this is my video project I did with a whiteboard.
All food has an origin, and it begins with the sun, actually. This all begins with plants, which are primary producers. These plants are able to make energy with sunlight and turn it into glucose, which they can redirect into food that can be ate by other creatures as well. And so that's the beginning of the food chain. And so then we have an herbivore creature, which is technically at a higher trophic level, that takes this plant produced food and brings it to its family. And through that, this creature is able to feed its babies to make them grow bigger. And eventually, they are able to survive and reproduce and have families of their own. But let's say that this biome that they're in, wide open space, doesn't actually have enough food for them, not enough plants for them to eat. And so the mother decides to take her family and venture out into a different biome, a forest that has a lot more food available for them. But however, there are dangers that come with entering a new biome, like predators, for example. And so, at a higher trophic level, let's say there is a wolf like creature that is a big animal and it targets one of the creatures and takes them out. And then it brings the food home back to its family, who it must feed. And it is running low on food. Food is scarce because it's a carnivore. It can only have those creatures. And so it decides to head out to look for more and passes by a plant, but unlike with the previous creature, can't eat it because it's a carnivorous creature. And so it keeps walking, but then you wonder, is there anything else above this creature on the food chain? Secretly, a creature like a hawk is stalking this wolf and is big enough to actually devour this wolf. And so it begins to swoop down after the wolf. And the wolf discovers that it is being chased, so it quickly runs back to its cave home where its babies are sleeping and decides it must leave this biome in order to get away from this predator, from possibly finding their family and devouring them all. And so they end up retreating to a different biome where this eagle species may not be, and the wolf can safely raise its family. And meanwhile, let's say this falcon actually discovers that it can also eat the rabbit way earlier down the food chain and still feed its offspring. That is a really simple way of describing a food chain.